Have you ever pondered what occurs when a Hollywood icon like Whoopi Goldberg chooses to design a place to call home? You might want to settle in for this one, because you will be shocked by what we are going to disclose about Whoopi's house. You wouldn't expect it from someone who has spent their entire life in the spotlight. We'll take you on a journey you'll want to stay for, until the very end. From the glitzy red carpet to her unexpected, let's say, out-of-the-ordinary home selections. You won't believe what you see, I promise. Success, skill, and, of course, her iconic performance in films like Sister Act, The Color Purple, and Ghost are all associated with Whoopi Goldberg. She also frequently appears on The View, where her humor and wit enthrall millions of viewers. However, her residence is not what you might anticipate given her wealth and notoriety. Rather than a lavish mansion or expansive estate, Whoopi's residence deviates greatly from the typical celebrity standard. You most likely picture a celebrity's home with upscale furnishings, a slick aesthetic, and an air of grandeur. However, that is not at all like Whoopi's home. Many of her fans are actually baffled by her residence. Not in a frightening Halloween sense, but it's straight out of a nightmare. Rather, it has a more surprising, eccentric feel that may make you wonder about her interior design decisions. Why is Whoopi's house so different from the glitz and glamour we typically associate with Hollywood, and what exactly makes it so special? First, let's talk about the site. Whoopi does not live in a multimillion-dollar penthouse in New York, or a big property in Beverly Hills like many of her celebrity friends do. She has selected a low-key, quite modest location that doesn't shout celebrity. There is clearly a noticeable difference between Whoopi's modest upbringing and the public image she has developed. She is the first to admit that she doesn't feel the need to live in luxury, and that she enjoys her solitude. Actually, she would rather build a house away from the glittering world of celebrity, where she can fully unwind, relax, and be herself. However, what about the house itself? You should reconsider if you believe that Whoopi's fame has enabled her to work with the top decorators and interior designers to build a picture-perfect home. Her house doesn't feel as clean and well-maintained as you might think. Rather, it's a mashup of personal belongings and varied tastes that don't precisely fit the mold of the stereotypical Hollywood home. One could even describe it as chaotic. Whoopi is obviously not one to follow the pack when it comes to decorating, as evidenced by her eclectic art pieces and mismatched furnishings. Let's now discuss the hues and textures that distinguish her house. Whoopi's house is striking, clashing colors and patterns that make it seem like something from a wild dream, rather than the muted hues and neutral tones that are so common among celebrities. In an unusual way, the room is filled with vibrant reds, deep blues, and a variety of textures, but it somehow suits her. It's similar to entering an artist's workshop, but with a unique twist. The furniture items are not merely decorative. They convey a tale about Whoopi's life and passions, and the walls are covered in vibrant artwork. And don't assume that the strangeness stops with the colors. Whoopi's home is filled with odd, often plain weird, items that she loves. Instead of being a focal point, her living area feels more like a collection of memories and experiences, thanks to quirky sculptures and strange things that you could discover at a flea market. There is no concern for perfection or keeping a polished public persona. The atmosphere is easygoing and casual. What's even more intriguing is that Whoopi's home clearly represents her grounded personality. She has consistently stated that she is content without ostentatious possessions, even in the face of her enormous fame in Hollywood. Simple comforts are more important to her than lavish extravagance. There are no marble fireplaces or gold-plated faucets in her house. Rather, the emphasis is on establishing a comfortable space that embodies her individuality and her need for stability. It's obvious that Whoopi prioritizes ease and genuineness over showing off her wealth to others. Not to mention how unglamorous her kitchen is. Whoopi's kitchen is far from the cutting edge of what many celebs brag about. The room is straightforward, practical, and devoid of the upscale appliances one might anticipate. It serves as a reminder that, despite her fame, Whoopi is just like everyone else in her day-to-day life, and is more about functionality than luxury. So why do some individuals find this to be a nightmare? To begin with, Whoopi's house isn't your ordinary Hollywood residence. It lacks the typical flash and glamour that we frequently connect with superstars from the A-list. To be honest, some fans find it difficult to accept that. It serves as a sobering reminder that even the most prosperous individuals have the freedom to pursue a life that feels genuine and personal, rather than fitting in with social norms. However, Whoopi's way of living is remarkably refreshing, even in spite of the term nightmare. Her home is an unashamed reflection of who she is. It's not about keeping up a flawless appearance or impressing others. It's all about making her feel comfortable, unique, and in a place where she can be herself. Her house reflects her personality in many ways. She is authentic, eccentric, and totally unafraid to be unconventional. The time has come for you to visit Whoopi's house after hearing about it. You won't believe what you're going to see, I promise. Regardless of what other people may think, Whoopi Goldberg has a space that is all her own, as seen by the unconventional decor and the personal touches that make her house genuinely unique. As we give you an inside glimpse at Whoopi Goldberg's house, make sure to watch the entire video. You'll be astounded by how she's transformed this area into her own, in a manner that is entirely unexpected. The best homes are sometimes those that tell a story of individuality and personal expression, proving that success doesn't always mean following the herd.